Welcome back to another no hype severe storm film or weather forecast. Let's get right to the weather updates right now. Okay, so first of all, we have our first storm system, which is sitting here in Texas right now, which, however, is producing moderate to heavy rain and maybe some rumbles of thunder along with that, as well as some mountain terrain and snow that's going on here, right? Like, not really attached to a big storm system right now, but we'll talk about that in a minute here. But watch as this Gulf flow picks up this moisture as it moves along the Gulf Coast here. This will likely ignite some snow for portions of getting up into northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, Tennessee, maybe even portions of the western Carolinas getting in on some of that snowfall right there. You're likely not going to accumulate much though. As we go look up here, Clipper system dropping from Canada here, likely with the low far up in Canada. We can't even see it too far north to market here. But you can see heavy snow coming down in portions of New Mexico, maybe some rain on the southern flank of that. That's what's going to happen as it transverses eastward. As that low continues to move here, you can see it's in now the border of Arizona and New Mexico. Heavy snow coming down in this entire region right here, along with rain on the southern flank of it. And then it starts to go into the Central Plains area. And then the low is really a cutoff low at this point. And then it's rain on the southern flank of it, maybe some thunderstorms as far north as Oklahoma. And then as we have some heavy snowfall going on here in Kansas right there as this continues to progress eastward here. This is where we could have some isolated severe weather concerns. However, it is a little far out to determine that. It is actually just a couple days away, as a matter of fact. But the Storm Prediction Center isn't really thinking too much of it, rather than just heavy rainfall ongoing on that portion right there, along with some rumbles of thunder. This low is going to continue moving eastward, and while that's happening, it's going to be picked up by another low. And my friends, this is going to be our second storm system that is going to bring a full-on winter storm to Ohio, Pennsylvania region as we go through the day on Saturday here. With some very healthy snow totals accumulating here, you can see upwards of 17 inches on the higher elevations, 8 to 9 inches on the lower elevations. But yeah, definitely some pretty impressive snow totals, depending on what the track of the low takes here. Right now it's looking like it's going to stay south of that, so that looks like a very good outlook for snow for Ohio and even Pennsylvania. As this continues to move into the northeast here, you can see it becomes a nor'easter at that point. The low is continuously being a monster here, and it continues to move up that coast. Now it is beyond our concerns at that point, because that is what they can contend with up there. We get some backside snow from this with a little baby low. We're not going to count that as a storm system. But you thought we were going to get a break yet? Look at what happens here. This is separating the cold side from the warm side, and we're just seeing moisture lifting from there. And at that point, you're going to be talking about a warm side and a cold side here. All right, watch how these two meet, and then all heck breaks loose here as we go into that time frame here. I had to think of a phrase for that. But you can see severe weather ongoing from this region right here. As a matter of fact, the Storm Prediction Center has put out a rare slight risk for their day 7 period on there. This is because they're thinking about a significant outbreak that could be possible with this system. So please be aware of that as we head into that time frame. As we continue this time frame here, you can see we start to get the snow going on the northern and western ends of it, and then the southern and western ends of it as well, before it completely becomes a blizzard as we go into this time frame here. January 9th, low center right over Kentucky here, and it's not a really weak low. This is a monster storm. Alright, this is nothing to take lightly here, because what is happening is that we have a massive wind field in this entire area. So we have close contours along with blizzard conditions in this region and this region right here, along with very high winds, along with the rain as well, and severe weather pinpointing down there in the south as well. But watch as this wraparound snow continues to affect portions of Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, getting up into Canada region, into New York, and then you get up into Canada, obviously, the normal for them. But you can see blizzard conditions are likely going to be ongoing from portions of Indiana and Ohio if that high wind continues on the backside there. And we're definitely going to have power outages somewhere in this entire region right here. So don't think you're going to be loose with this wind and you're going to be like, oh, the gusty winds didn't happen in this area last time. Well, guess what? It's going to be 50 to 60 miles per hour potentially. And my friend, I think you're going to have plenty of high winds to contend with. And then as this storm system moves out, we have obviously another one and then another one that's going to build. So we're just going to have to keep our eyes on where those track. But yeah, guys, let's move on to the temperature swings because we have a lot of them here. Taking a look at this graphic here. This is from the European model here. You can see the cold air drops out of Canada and unleashes the polar vortex as we go into middle to late January here. And that is clearly presented by those purple shades here. As a matter of fact, the Climate Prediction Center has put out a very below average scene for the southwestern tier of the United States, as well as the northwestern tier of the United States. And the East Coast dealing with some warmer conditions. And then in the 8 to 14 day outlook, I'm sure that cold air is likely going to be transversing eastward as we go into that time frame. But anyways, guys, I guess that's all I have for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Severe Storm Filmer. Like and subscribe if you've not already. Watch Weather Watcher, One Nation Weather, Weather on the Go, and Midwest Weather if you want more weather information.